welcome back to Java tutorials. In this tutorial you will learn about operator in Java and types of operators we generally use in Java. Operators are used to perform operations on variables and values. So to perform any operations we need operators. Now let's talk about types of operators. The first one is arithmetic operator. These are used to perform mathematical operations: addition, subtraction, multiplication, division and modulus. Modulus returns the division remainder and plus is addition. If you take the same symbol when you are dealing with the strings, then this one performs concatenation operations. Concatenation means it just adds two strings. Suppose if you have hi and second string is everyone, if you concatenate, it brings all together. The second type of operators are relational operators. Relational operators does binary operations. Means it prints the Boolean value. Boolean means true or false. It does comparisons and prints whether the statement is true or false. The type of relational operations are greater than equal to, less than or equal to, not equal to. This is equal to. Equal to means it compares whether both are equal or not. The third one is logical operator. It also does the comparison, but it compares two or more conditions and returns Boolean value. The logical operators are and, or, not, and returns true value if all conditions are true. Or, this is the symbol for or. It returns true if any one condition among them is true. And the next one is not. It returns true if the statement is false. It also returns false if the statement is true. This one is very useful if you want to do more comparisons. The next operator in Java is assignment operator. Assignment means equal symbol, just one equal symbol. If it is two equal symbols, we already discussed, this is comparison. Suppose int a equal to 10, int c equal to a, even though you are not assigning any value here. This is the benefit of assignment operator. The next one in Java is instance of operator. Instance is a keyword which we use in Java. It also does the comparison and returns the Boolean value, but this one is used once we started with methods and constructors concepts. Next one is unary operator. Unary operator does increment and decrement. Increment means it increases one value and decrement means it reduces to another value. For example, we have taken a is 10 over there. If you give like a plus plus, it takes as 11. So this plus plus is increment operator and minus minus is decrement operator. The last one in today's tutorial is ternary operator. It is also like conditional operator. We can also say this is the shortcut of if and else statements. It takes three operations. It takes three operands and returns the expression which is true. Suppose here we are giving expression and this question mark is ternary operator. This one and this one is ternary operators. If expression is true, then it prints true value, means whatever is there in the expression. If expression is false, it prints this value. This one is just brief review of operators in Java. In my next tutorial, we will see each one by one and some coding examples. Hey, welcome back to Java tutorials. In this tutorial, you will see what is arithmetic operators and we will also explore some code. The arithmetical operators are used to perform some Common mathematical functions. They are addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulus. This addition we can also use as concatenation if the data type is string. Now let's do some mathematical operations. Suppose int n equal to 100, n1 equal to 100 and n2 equal to 300, 1 plus n2. Print statement n1 plus n2. Let's execute the program. In console we can see the addition 300 plus 100 400. Suppose if you have string data type str1 hi, welcome to my channel. Let's do some string concatenation now. str1 plus str2. Now we got the text message here. If you want space in between hi and welcome, you need to give the space also. Let's rerun the code. Look, you can see the space here. This is the main difference between string and numbers. Now let's give quotations here. Look, it's asking to change the data type. If you come here and give the text without inverted commas, it also shows the error. Now let's do some of the operations. By divided by into. Look, you got all the outputs here. This one prints the remainder after division. This is all simple math calculations using arithmetic operators. Hey, welcome back to Java tutorials. In this tutorial, you will see what is relational operators and some coding examples. These relational operators does comparisons and returns Boolean value whether it's true or false. Relational operators are greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, equals, and not equals. Suppose int a equal to 100 and b equals to 200. Let's do a is greater than b. Now let's try a is greater than b or a is greater than or equal to b. Let's run the code. We got the output as false because a is not greater than b, right? Now let's run. So now let's run the code again. It prints true because a less than b here. This equals operator compares those two numbers. If those two numbers are equal, then it prints true. Otherwise, it prints false. Look. The same thing applies for the string as well. Now we have same equal two strings here. Let's run the code. It prints true because it also works for numbers and strings also. Understand the comparison operator is very useful if you are writing very lengthy programs also. The last one we have like not equals to operator. A is not equal to B. We got true. Let's check with the string now. S1 is not equal to S2. We'll get false, obviously. Yes, look here. This is all about simple examples for relational operators. Hey, welcome back to Java tutorials. In this tutorial, you will learn what is logical operators are with some coding examples. Logical operators compares two or more conditions and returns Boolean value. Logical operators are and, or, and not. This AND operator true only if all the conditions are true. Or means like if any one of your condition is true, it prints as true. Here the last one is not. If the condition is true, it prints false and vice versa. Let's understand more with coding. Suppose int result is 20. If result greater than 10 and let's copy this one. If result is less than 30 and results equals 20. Then we print number is 20. Else number is not 20. Let's say given number. Let's add given number. Save the code and run it. So you'll get the output as given number is not 20 because look here, there it fails the statement. That's the reason it's printing given number is not 20. Suppose if you give this one as 30. Let's see now. Look, the given number is 20. So the AND operator returns true only if all the conditions are met. Now let's change the operator. Let's put 0, 0 here because earlier we got false, right? Even though this condition is false, still it's printing true. Let's make this one also false. Not equals to. Rerun the code. Still it executes true. Even though we have two conditions fails, but still we are getting the same. Let's make all conditions false now. Now it's going to the else statement, because here we have all the conditions are false, then only it goes to else statement. This is very simple coding example for logical operators. Hey, welcome back to Java tutorials. In this tutorial, you will see what is assignment operator and how we will use it in Java. The assignment operators are equals to, plus equals, minus equal, multiplication equal, division equal, and modulus equal. Now let's understand using an example. Here I created a class called assignment operator. Suppose int a equal to 10, int c equal to a. If you run the code, we will see c equal to 10. Now we will see in the console value 10. Even though we are not providing any value here, all we did is we just assigned a variable. That variable holding the value 10. This one is equals to operator. Now let's understand what is plus and equals. Int n equal to 10, a equals to a plus 3. Now let's execute the code calling a value. Now you can see a value is increased by 3 numbers because we are adding here. There is another shortcut way we can do this one. Now let's see, still we get the 13 value. Using plus and equals to, this is the short way of writing code. We'll also do the same thing for addition, multiplication, etc. Let's see some examples now. Look, this does the multiplication. We got the output as 40. Now you can see 30 divided by 10, it brings 3 value. So instead of writing lengthy code, these operators will make our work less. This is a simple example to understand the assignment operator in Java. Hey, welcome back to Java tutorials. In this tutorial, we will see what is assignment operator and comparison operator in Java and difference between the both. Now you can see the assignment operator and comparison operator look like the same, but there is a lot of difference when it comes to implementation. This assignment operator assigns a value, whereas comparison operator compares the given value and returns Boolean. Now let's understand the concept using an example. Suppose int a equal to 40. If you print the a value, we'll see in the console. Now let's give a equals 40. When you run the code, you will see a Boolean result here, true. Suppose if you change the number, now you can see we got false. The first equals to is assignment operator and these doubles equals is comparison operator. Now let's understand using one more example. Just for a change, I'm taking string here. And I'm taking here Boolean for comparison. Let's print str and bool. Bool means Boolean. Run the code. See, you'll get the true value here. Here I'm taking a variable and printing. Instead of this big line, you can short the code. Pretty much it does the same operation, but this is instead of we assigning a variable here and printing a Boolean value, here I am directly checking using comparison operator. This is one practical example to understand the difference between what is assignment operator and comparison operator. I hope you enjoy watching my tutorial. Hey, welcome back to Java tutorials. In this tutorial, I will talk about what is unary operator in Java and the difference between post and pre-increment using Java code. Unary operators are plus plus and minus minus in Java. This one is for increment and minus minus is decrement. The first one is for increasing the value and the next one is for decreasing the value. Increasing plus plus 1. This one decreases minus 1. Now let's talk more about while coding. Suppose int a equal to 5. Let's print the statement. Now we will get 5, right? Simply the a value it prints here. If you say a plus plus, then you can see 6. Now let's try for decrement operator. Now we will see 4 here. This is a simple example for increment and decrement operator. Now let's talk about what is pre and post increment. Let's run the code. In our previous example, if you're using the increment operator, we got 6, right? Now it's still printing 5. If you want 6, you have to write the code like this. Now you will get the output as 6. So basically what it does, the a value here first increases, then assigns the value. If you do like this, first it assigns the value, after that it increments. Only that is the difference. Other than that, pretty much same. You can also check with decrement operator. Look, we got only 5. If you give the increment operator before, let's save it and run. Look, now you are getting 4. So this is the main difference between pre and post increment. It's very important to remember as well. Okay, welcome back to Java tutorials. In this tutorial, you will see what is ternary operator and how simple it is when if compared to if-else statement with one good example. Basically, ternary operator is conditional operator. It takes 3 operands and results the value whichever is true. I can say it is also shortcut to if-else statements. Now let's look at example for better understanding. Suppose let's take a integer value, n1 equal to 10 and n2 equal to, let's say it's 20. But let's try to write if else statement so that it will be easy for you to understand. Okay, if, let's write the condition, n1 n1 is greater than n2, if n1 is greater than n2, simply print n1, else print n2. Here n1 is greater than n2, no, right, it's false, so it prints n2. n2 means 20 here. Look, we got the 20 as output. Now let's try using ternary operator. This is the expression. You will get question mark n1, n2. This one is the expression. If the expression is true, it prints the first statement. If expression is false, it prints the next statement. Now let's run the code. You can see the same output 20 here. Is it simple, right? Instead of writing these 4 lines of code, you can write in a short way. Now let's try the same example using Boolean. Just declaring a variable. Just declaring a Boolean variable. N is greater than n2. Expression question mark. Print the value here. Let's run the code now. Look, now you can see the false here. So if ternary operator checks the expression condition, if it true, prints the first one. If it false, then it will go for the next one for execution. That's all for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoy watching my tutorials. See you in my next video. Meanwhile, happy learning.